let's go ahead and we'll go right to the Allo VIP line. VIP line brought to you by Allo Fiber, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. And we're joined by the Libero for the Omaha Supernovas, Kendall White. Kendall, appreciate you taking some time in between the road trips, right? Because you guys were on the road and have been for quite a while. And guess what? You get to go right back on it tomorrow. How are we feeling, 8 games into the season, but with a lot, quite a bit of road trips?
Yeah, I mean, we're happy to be back home for like a split second here. But the road trips right now are feeling like we're in like a rhythm. So they feel pretty good. I think everyone's getting along very well. We're rotating roommates, so no one's fighting or arguing. And it's been very good. It's awesome.
Okay, so
excited to get back to it.
Well, and you guys face off against the Atlanta Vibe on Thursday night. Everybody, I mean, obviously we know what happened in the season opener, right? How have you guys as a team grown from game 1, obviously, to now game 8? Because I know being on the road and that helps out with that team chemistry, kind of like you talked about, both on and off the floor. How have you guys grown since match number 1 to now match what's going to be number 9 on Thursday?
Yeah, I think in game number 1, obviously there's a lot of pressure on us like early in the season. Everyone's saying that we were number 1, and I think that we don't mind the pressure, but I think this league has just turned out to be a very competitive league, and that every single team is, worthy of us giving them our best. And then I think that we've grown in the way that we have like our entire team, top to bottom, has really stepped on the floor and, stepped up when they needed to in their roles. And I think that, I don't know, just like more respect for everybody from top to bottom. And I think that we've just been really focusing on that, and no matter who's on the floor.
So, Kendall, this is Chris Raff from The Drive. I've got to ask you the question. One of the first things while I was doing my homework on you last night, Penn State, what is it like to have Nebraska fans finally cheering for you?
Yeah, I did go to Penn State. It's definitely different for sure. I mean, Nebraska is known for, passionate fans, people who show up and show out a lot. I'm grateful to be on the other side of it for sure. They've been super welcoming though, and been amazing. So, I mean, I'm really grateful for it. I'm happy to be supported by such a great crowd.
Okay, so, I mean, talk about it. Let's talk about the crowd now that you brought it up, because there have been some incredible numbers, not even at the CHI Health Center, but everywhere you guys have been also. And there's some really high-level volleyball being played. And we forget that, hey, this is just the first year of the Pro Volleyball Federation. As a player, as somebody that's on the floor and surrounded by all these people, what are the emotions ahead of each match, knowing that, okay, when you're at home, there's going to be double digit, 10, almost, 10, 11,000 consistently fans watching you guys. And then when you go on the road, maybe the numbers are a little less, but there's still at least 6, 7, 8,000 people in attendance.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, we've been doing this for a long time. I've done this for almost 18 years now. I started when I was 8 years old. And I think that when you step on the floor, it's like, it's just still your job. It's still your business. You go in with a mindset, and, you try to put the noise out of your mind, whatever it is. But it's still awesome when we get to go home and we have that environment. We know that everyone is around us and cheering for us. It's, you carry a little bit more pride when you know that the people from home are, just there for you and supporting you no matter what, when wins and losses, because we've had both here at home, and they've been just as supportive through each.
So, Kendall, I got another question for you here. If you could describe yourself as a player, how would you describe yourself?
I think I would describe myself as a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. I am very passionate in pretty much everything that I do, and I'm very loud, and I would say I give a lot of emotions to the crowd and to my teammates. So very expressive, but I'm also very competitive. I could go on for days, but I just think that, I like to put on a show a little bit, I guess.
Well, once again, we're talking to the Omaha Supernovas Libero, Kendall White, with us on the Allo VIP line here. Supernovas face the Atlanta Vibe Thursday night, rather, at 6 p.m. Central Time. Now, Kendall, I want to talk a little bit. We mentioned, fans cheering for you guys. You're kind of, I mean, the fans had this like feeling out process of like, all right, who are these players? Who's our favorite player? Each fan has their own, learning about you guys. There's this like process that goes into it. not only you guys kind of getting acclimated to Omaha and the new league, but then also from the fan bases as well as coaches. Talk about this coaching staff and most importantly, head coach Laura Bird-Coon. I mean, talk about just some of the conversations and you guys are playing better now after, a disappointing start. I'm sure that you guys would agree on that you're 2 games above 500 and she takes over, after the first game. Talk just about just this process of like feeling each other out and getting acclimated to everybody.
Yeah. It's definitely an ebb and flow kind of relationship. We're all learning throughout the entire season. And I think that, she previously coached college girls and, in college you have to, create people and help people learn who they are and those kind of things. Like when you're coaching at that level and at this level, we know who we are. We just really need coaching and volleyball, and that's what it is. But there's still a relationship between us, and I think that we've had great communication. She has been awesome and really, working with us, learning alongside us, and I think it's just been like a partnership. And I think that she's done a great job of just showing up and showing out for all of us. And yeah, I think she's leading us very well. I think it's gotten, better, especially in these last coming matches. So, yeah.
Got you, guys. So, Kendall, this is Amon Green here on The Drive. A question about that adjustment. So the league just started. So what's been the biggest adjustment being in a brand new league here for volleyball, for women's volleyball?
Well, truthfully, the biggest adjustment is that I can speak English. I've been living in France for 2 years prior to this. So that's been the biggest thing. But also just kind of like you guys have said, the fan engagement has been really great. It's not very common that a women's sport comes in before a men's sport in a professional league, especially in the U.S. And I think that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I mean, that's the biggest adjustment is just having that fan support in these awesome and huge arenas. So, I mean, I love it.
All right, Kendall, before we let you go here, once again, Omaha Supernovas Libero Kendall White joining us here on the LO VIP line. If fans haven't been able to make it to a Supernovas match, why should they?
Oh my gosh. Well, if they can, I think they should, because the energy and the environment in the gym is just so positive. I think it radiates, and it makes you want to be a part of something a little bit bigger. And I think that, if they come, they'll have a good time regardless of what's going on in the gym. So hopefully they come out.
Well, and the level of volleyball, obviously people in Nebraska are accustomed to seeing the college games, similar to obviously people that followed Penn State. I'm sure when you were playing, just the high quality volleyball program at the college level. Well, at the professional level, it's actually kind of similar. Like Nebraska fans and Creighton fans, for that matter, for the 2 colleges and universities that are in the state of Nebraska, the biggest ones, they're used to seeing high-level volleyball. Well, guess what? Now, even in those off seasons, you can still watch high-level volleyball just in the form of a true professional league in the Omaha Supernovas.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I would argue higher-level volleyball. It's awesome because you have all different walks of life coming together in professional volleyball. You have people from different countries bringing different styles of volleyball into this league, and people from all over the country who have played overseas or stayed here, and just a lot of different kind of play that comes together and creates some great rallies and some great competition.
Well, it's incredible because people forget that there's Olympians out there, and there's people that have played on national teams, and like you overseas for multiple years. It's there is a lot of what I guess what they would call veterans in the professional game, whether it's overseas or now in the Professional Volleyball Federation, that are out there, that are out. I mean, that you can go and watch on a Wednesday night and really enjoy some volleyball. I think just people, once you get people to realize that, I think those attendance numbers that are already great are just going to continue to increase.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope it does. I hope it does increase. And I hope that, the word keeps spreading that the level is so high and that it's a great thing to watch.
Awesome. Well, Kendall, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And good luck this Thursday against the Atlanta Vibe.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a great day.
There she is.